Okay, guys, it is release day of the Delve boss, and I have been grinding for 13 hours, and I finally got a floor 8 clear. It's very, very difficult, but I thought I would look through the Twitch VOD here and show you guys just how I did it. I'll explain some things to hopefully help you get your first clears, and at the end, I will play the full wave without any pausing or anything, so you can see that in its entirety. So,
Oh,
without further
please
ado,
hit the spec, please.
let's get to it. So, I must say the method that I am doing here is very much the DPS method, the do the damage, and ideally skip the horrendous special attack that is those crystal tree thingies with the ball that you gotta stand inside that is just way too small and moves just wrong. So we're gonna try and do some damage. It is obviously very RNG. Whether you can win, I'm not going to deny that. But if all you want is a floor 8 clear, then RNG is what you'll need. So I start off with a Zarek crossbow and hope it hits, because if it does, that is 110 damage, and that is massive. So here we do get the crossbow, it hits the 110, happy, happy days. So after that, it's a couple of prey flicks, and then these balls here, he actually throws out 2 of them in phase 8, or in wave 8, whatever you want to call it, delve 8. And essentially, as this one is green, what that means is the projectiles inside are going to be range, mage, range. But he fires a second one of them as well. As you can see, 2 balls just there. And essentially, they're going to be back to back. Think of it a bit like manticores, like back to back in the Colosseum. It's very similar to that. But what you want to do is right after the second one explodes, that is when you start your prey flick, because when a ball explodes, they disable your prayer. So the moment the second one explodes, that is when you put your prayers on, because that is when the first hit here, that little green one, is going to hit you, followed by the blue one, then the green one. So range, mage, range. And then exact same thing with the second set of projectiles, which are about to spawn over there. Happy days. During all that, of course, the explosions, it does rain down some rocks around you and, leaves a thing on the floor. So I did get pushed, but thankfully the prayer flicks did not get interrupted because of the push. So that was all fine. We got some decent damage down at the beginning. It's not too bad. Here, I actually nearly died because I meant to Emberlight the boss here, because when he kind of goes into this crouch down shaky animation, what you have to do is whack him with, well, as he has a blue bar, you whack him with either a Scorching Bow or a Emberlight, or I think even Burning Claws work, any kind of Demon Bane weapon. Just give him a whack, and that will reset the bar, because if the bar gets filled up, he will do 99 plus damage and one-shot you, which is not very nice. This part of the kill, however, you actually have all the time in the world. So in some ways, you actually want to stall out this phase a little bit, because you really want your spec to come back, because you want to do another Zarek crossbow after the phase. So that, combined with Lightbearer and double Death Charge, should get you pretty comfortably back to 75. But during this part, you need to keep whacking the boss with either a Scorching Bow or an Emberlight.
Okay.
And then as these little mobs are coming in, you kill the blue ones with a Mage Demon Bane weapon, or spell. Ideally, when they are close enough to the boss to be touching him. I killed that one a bit early, so it actually did 15 damage to me. But if you kill them under the boss, then they do 100 damage to that 500 HP shield. And yeah, essentially red ones you melee, blue ones you Demon Bane Mage, and green ones you range. All with Demon Bane. If you don't use Demon Bane, it'll take 2 hits to kill each one instead of just the 1 hit, which obviously is a bit worse. I got quite overwhelmed here, I'm not gonna lie, but this is a good time to eat up regardless. Like lots and lots of brews. Restores range spot. You really want to be high HP for the next part because it can really hurt. So just make sure you're using all your supplies on this part if you can, and just slowly whittle it down. Try and be healthy. I brewed down to 34 mage there. It was a disaster. But as you can see, it doesn't really matter. Like you can't die here. Like this bit is friendly. This is like the breather, even though it's very hectic, you will be okay. So after that, you then go into the charging spec. So he's going to kind of look for you on the map somewhere, and you see that little thing that just spawned down here. That's his destination tile. He's going to drive and clear all the rocks in the way, which is really annoying, actually. So in an ideal world here, I would have actually gone down here a little bit to lure him this way, and then he would have dodged these rocks. But unfortunately, because he goes diagonal, he is going to sweep a few of those rocks away. He then chucks some prayers on you, which is a bit scary. Ignore any rogue wormy things, by the way. You don't want to have to deal with them. Just pretend they're not there. They don't hurt that much. It's not that bad. But then as soon as that one explodes, when you hide behind a rock or a pillar, you then want to kind of bait him to go somewhere else. Like, you do not want him driving through your rocks. So I stand over here, which leads him very nicely, just barely over there. Thankfully, he's not quite wide enough to defeat these rocks, but that will let us through there, find a nice little safe spot. And basically, we're just trying to whack him as best we can, and we're hoping that we're going to kill him before the next spec. And then once again, after that explosion, lure him down here into a nice open space, and then we have another bit of rocks to go behind. And honestly, we got insane damage here. Like, we did get quite lucky, I'm not gonna lie. Dude. But essentially, that is how you kill Delve, Wave 8. It is very RNG to get it then. Very, very RNG indeed. Because it is absolutely horrendous when the next spec happens, which I will try and find a clip and see if I can show you guys and explain what is going on there if you do happen to be unfortunate enough to run into that spec on phase 8. Okay, so I know I experienced this today, but I had a look for a little while. I can't find the right clip, so this is a wave 7 clip, but it is essentially the same thing, except imagine instead of one ball, there are 2 balls. So this crystally spec, what you have to do is you have to shoot 2 crystals, and a shielding ball will run between them. It will start at the second crystal you shoot and end at the first crystal that you shot. So essentially, you want to fire at a faraway crystal, and you also then want to stand near a crystal and kill that one, right when the big stompy attack is going to happen. And yeah, the big shield protects you from the big stomp, essentially, which sounds all well and good until you learn about the size of the shield. Like, it is incredibly tiny. Like it's like a 2x2 or a 3x2, or it's something really weird, and you are not as safe as you want to be. And another really annoying part about this is if you don't have the your 2 crystals in a directly straight line, you are gonna get screwed, because essentially, imagine we're at this right crystal over here on the edge, and we want to path over to, let's say this one. Let's say this one right in the corner over there. You know, it's a nice little slight diagonal path, but mostly straight, bit diagonal. What a player would do if you clicked all the way over there from here is you would walk up this way in a straight line, and then when you're in range of your target diagonally, you would then go diagonal. However, NPCs do it the opposite way around. They like to go diagonal first and then straight. So, if you and the shield are both standing right here, you're actually going to take different paths to get to your destination. Like, your character is going to go up this way nice and smoothly, but the shield is going to go diagonal first over to here, like right under the boss, and then up. Which, as you can probably imagine, is really not good. So I am hoping they're going to change this at some point, because honestly, it is a shoddy implementation. Like, I am not a fan. Like, the shield should move how the player moves. But either way, let's take a look and see what can happen here. A lot of death, basically. So yeah, I attack a faraway one. That's all good. Pray flick a bit. That's all good. And yeah, tag my shield there. But as you can see, there was a blue ball that just exploded. That disables my prayers. It litters the ground. So I've got all these, debris around me, and also the tile that I was on. You get like a permanent rock there, which pushes you out, which is lovely. But oh yeah, and then you have this shield. Here it is, and then you've got the three prayer things from that. But then if you're on wave 8, you have a second set of 3 as well, with its own set of debris and its own rock that it places down. It is insane. And then, yeah, boss does some stomping, and you've got to follow exactly in this box, otherwise you get stomped and it really hurts. And yeah. So, yeah. Unfortunately, I can't find a Wave 8 clip. I did have a look, but yeah. Imagine this, but twice as worse. So yeah, as you can see, having a DPS spec, or just like DPS strat, as it were, just hit big and don't hit small, and you might be able to get your first clear as well. It is really hard. Don't get discouraged in the RNG check to have. Well, yeah, the RNG to avoid this BS is rather high, but it is doable. Just hit big, hit big. Look at my face up there. He's devastated, isn't he? Absolutely devastated. Should we see what he says?
What do you mean?
Yeah, that pretty much sums up today. But yeah, overall, it's been fun. Albeit a little frustrating at times, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will play a full-length clip of a kill now, the entire wave 8, so you guys can watch it. And yeah, maybe you can learn a thing or two and hopefully get your first clear as well. Oh, please hit the spec. Please, 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 please. No, that's meant to be an ember light. I clicked it. Please. Okay. Oh. Oh my god, what is going on? Come on. Yes, dude. Yes! Oh my god, finally we got the RNG to kill it. Let's go. Oh.